hear that you're incredibly passionate about what you do. And your story also, what shines out is that you're definitely a go-getter. Like you're nonstop. Take away the fact that you did your master's in just 10 months, having various jobs, being just 24 years old and doing these great things already at your age. Tell me a little bit, I'm going to go back now. What do you think inspired you to be who you are today? Is there a defining moment in, I don't know, your schooling, in growing up, where you realized that you were a go-getter? Welcome back to another episode of Good Things with myself, Brent Lindeque. I'm excited! I say that every week, but I really mean it. And this week, we've got an incredible South African that we actually wrote about in June last year. Mikhail Edwards went on to get his master's in 10 months. From what I understand, it should take you 2 years, and he did it in 10 months while working, while gymming, and I think he had 2 jobs that he was doing at the same time. And apparently he slept as well in between. Mikhail, welcome to the show.
It's an honor being here. Thank you so much, Brent. I really appreciate it.
I need to understand. So you got your master's in 10 months. Before we get into how that happened and how you made that happen, you were never really into IT. So how did you go from a shift from what you were interested in to sort of moving into the IT space?
At school, I was a sport fanatic. So I loved rugby. At grade 8, I played rugby in Portugal Boys High. And then matric came and I asked my dad, what should I go study? And he was in the IT space. So he told me, well, IT is a good option. And I went to the industry day, as they call it. And I really fell in love with the degree. Like the first 3 years was tricky. I had to learn all these new programming languages. But straight after, since honors, I loved what I did. So it was great.
And your degree that you did, that's normal, 3 years. You went to University of Pretoria. Were you working at the same time then as well?
No. I was just playing a bit of hostel rugby, but didn't work at all for the first 3 years.
For the first 3 years. Then you got your degree and you decided, yes, I'm going to do my master's. How the hell did you do it in 10 months?
So I think it was the environment that helped me a lot. So in my honors year, I applied for assistant lecturer position at the Department of Informatics at University of Pretoria. And I got the position. So I started working, honest, I really started working hard. So I got into the rhythm of studying hard. And then in my master's, I was the UX lab coordinator for UP and BMW IT Hub, and I was assistant lecturer. And then I really fell in love with what I do. So I really focused on the research, spent a lot of time, worked as hard as I could. And then I really think exercise is so important. So in the mornings I exercise and I start working, do my work, and then I start studying or writing articles or whatever I had to do for the day.
And you didn't just get your master's, you got a distinction.
Yes, I came first in a class, so...
I mean, when we talk about education and we talk about aiming for your goals, you didn't just reach that goal, you exceeded it completely.
And I think I didn't put any expectations. I was just working hard, and consistency is key. So the discipline was there, the motivation was there. So just every day I woke up and I love life. So I just studied and worked hard.
Well, it was an absolute honor to tell your story on Good Things, Guy. And our readers absolutely loved it. I think when it comes to education in South Africa, seeing someone put their head down and really focus on what it is that they want, and in achieving that goal, it inspires other people as well. So you, as a South African, are an inspiration. But not only that, you were working 2 jobs at the same time.
That's correct.
What were they?
So the assistant lecturer, so for first years, I was an assistant lecturer where I helped them with system analysis, business analysis. That was a subject in first year. And then also a bit of the enterprise architecture for honor students. And then from a UX side, I was the UX lab coordinator, so I would help BMW and UP and industry partners with eye tracking technology. So it's glasses you put on and you look at wireframes to determine where are people looking on the screens, and based off that we can do a report to improve interfaces on websites and systems and so on.
So actually, when this podcast is done, I need to sit down and talk to you about how we improve good things, guys.
100%.
I think that's a plan.
I would be happy to help.
That's a plan. You've also gone on to create your own company.
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's an exciting story. So last year when I got my master's, my brother came to me. I had 2 positions at different companies. And he came to me, he's like 50-50 partners. We started a company, a software development company, and I was all in. I love entrepreneurship, so I was all in. And we opened up Serious Breach Pty Limited. And we started us 2 with 13 people now in the company in a year and 3 months. And then we also, last year, about February, we opened up Serious Breach BV. So we've got a company in the Netherlands, we're 50-50% partners, and we run the company from that side and here, and we've got clients in the UK, New Zealand. I was in New Zealand last year, so we run all over. We build application systems, AI solutions, all over the world.
I want to understand what it is exactly you do. So you need to speak to me like Joe blogs on the street.
Perfect.
But before we do that, how old are you?
I'm 24 at the moment.
You're 24 years old. You own a company that employs 13 people. You're working both locally and abroad. Like, that is just, I'm looking at my team here. They're all going, what? That's just insane. And it's inspirational.
Thank you so much.
So tell me about what it is that the company actually does. And again, you got to speak to me.
Perfect.
Like I don't know what software development is.
So WhatsApp, think of Instagram. We build mobile applications. So whether it's custom, so for car buy, that's a client from New Zealand, we're building them an auction site where they can sell cars on the application. Then we're building for Safari and outdoor, we're building their Safari collection sites. So we've got so many different clients that we're building systems. So a platform that you use online, think of Toggle, think of Jira. We build systems like that. And then also we have mobile applications and AI solutions. And AI solutions, we've got so many different options. So AI agents, where people call in, we can build an agent that can reply to people while they call. So it's an agent speaking to you, not speaking to a human. And then agentic AI, that's where AI starts thinking by itself. So we're building systems where AI starts thinking by itself with neural networks and machine learning patterns that we run on the algorithms, on the data. So there's so many different software development spaces that we work in.
I have to ask, because you mentioned AI, which is a huge narrative around the world in many different industries. A lot of people are afraid of it, maybe because they don't understand what it is, maybe because they feel that it might take people's jobs, which obviously it's not, because you've created a company where people are being employed. Do people have to worry about what AI is?
It's a difficult question, man. I get that question a lot, and I think, based off my opinion, I don't think so. I think it makes us more productive. For instance, ChatGPT, it's such an amazing tool, and that's just one large language model that I'm speaking about now. But I can see my productivity increase by 100% when I started using it. So I think it's just really a mechanism to use. And as long as you upskill yourself, you understand technology, you have nothing to worry about. Then you will have a job. But I think there is pressure, and unfortunately, some people do lose their job. But there's also new jobs that's being created. So there's a positive side and a negative side, but I think the positive outweighs the negative.
So I went to a conference 2 years ago in Germany. It was a media forum where the discussion was a lot around AI. And we had, during the 4 days that I was there was different panelists that were speaking. I was on a couple of panels, and in some of the instances, they asked the audience sort of polls that we could do on our phones. And I think it was on the first day, they asked the audience, and in the audience was all media people. So it's journalists and all different media brands. And they asked the audience how they felt about AI. And I'm not lying when I say it was like a 33.3333 split in the room. So 3 different versions of people that were sitting in the room. And a third of them were totally against AI. A third of them were for it. They were like, we're here for it. And I was one of them. I was like, it's new technology, we need to get in. And then the last third was sort of like, meh, I don't really know what it is. I don't want to get involved. But another interesting conversation that came out of that conference was how, when social media started, or sort of was born 2 decades ago, I think it was 2 decades ago, a lot of people were afraid of that. And many people in my industry, so the journalism space, because they didn't jump onto social media, they may have been left behind. So I think the positives and the negatives, wherever it is when it comes to AI, the reality is it is here and it's not going anywhere. And if I look at my phone or my computer or apps, it's just being more and more integrated. Do you see that across the software that you're developing?
Definitely. I think it's so important. Like when social media, I don't want to be left behind. So you have to keep up with those new technologies. And it's such an interesting space. Like people can do new things. There's new opportunities that's being created because of it. So I think what allows us, we can do work from South Africa, in the UK, in the Netherlands, and in New Zealand. So we're creating opportunities for people in South Africa abroad, from whether they sit at home. So we're a fully remote company. We don't have offices. So you can do work all over the world. And it's a new space. So mobile applications. Everyone loves the application. How many applications do you have in your phone?
Yes, I've got so many that I actually, I filed them in certain ways so that I can find them. Because sometimes they get a bit lost. So
Yeah.
I would say at least, I don't want to sound terrible here, 100?
Yeah.
Maybe more?
I sometimes have to delete apps because I don't have enough space on my phone. So definitely, I think it's a new thing. It's a new thing that you have to use. It creates new opportunities. And then also from a system side, it allows business to be more effective. AI allows business to be more effective. You can work fast and you can be more productive. And that's what I love about it. And there's so many different disruptive technologies out there. AI is just one part of it. And you have IoT. There's so many things out there that we can start looking at.
Don't scare the listeners and the viewers more with more things that are coming. I can hear that you're incredibly passionate about what you do. And your story, also what shines out is that you're definitely a go-getter. Like you're nonstop. Take away the fact that you did your master's in just 10 months, having various jobs, being just 24 years old and doing these great things already at your age. Tell me a little bit, I'm going to go back now. What do you think inspired you to be who you are today? Is there a defining moment in, I don't know, your schooling, in growing up, where you realized that you were a go-getter?
I think so, Brent. I think if I look back, I think it's so important to have a passion for life. And that's when I think since my 4 years old, I really had a passion for life and I love life. So it helped me a lot. And I think in school, I always wanted to be different and stand out, and that might be a good thing or a bad thing, but I really wanted to improve myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself as well. I set big targets every year and I want to achieve them, and I'll do everything to achieve them. But I think it's also about giving back, and people inspire me. I get my energy from people. So the conversations I have, the people that I meet, that's what inspires me. There's so many good South Africans. Like if you look at Daniel Steinman now from old school that signed Liverpool, there's so many good South Africans that are doing amazing things. And I think that's really like, there's so many role models that we can look up to and people that can inspire us.
Mikhail, you're a role model, and that's what you got to realize. You got a lot of pressure on those shoulders that South Africans are looking to you. Did you always excel at school? Were you that guy? Were you like the guy in the class where you're like, oh, he's gonna get all the marks? It's him.
I think from a sports side, yes. From academic side, no. I didn't have a passion for academics in high school. It doesn't sound great, but I always focused on sport. I thought I'm going to become a rugby player. And in university, I just started falling in love. I shift my passion because I always tell people when I interview them, I tell them the most important thing for me is if you have a passion for something in life, I can switch that passion. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had a passion for sport and I turned that into my career and my industry. And now I love what I do because I turned the passion into something else.
For young South Africans that are watching this or listening to this and they're going, yes, see, it's tough. I'm not excelling at school. It's whatever's happening. What advice do you have for them? I mean, you've just said move your passion from one thing to the next. But obviously you found your rhythm in university and now after varsity, you're really finding your feet. So for someone who may feel a little bit lost right now, someone who's maybe in their matric year and they're thinking, yes, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know if my marks are going to be good enough. What can you say to them looking back from where you are now?
That's a good question, Brent. I think do what you love. Find that one thing that you love. And even if it sounds funny, but I have to force yourself to love something. Like I didn't enjoy reading. Now I'm doing a PhD. So now I have to read, but now I love what I do. And I think that's the important thing. If you don't like maths, practice mathematics, go practice science, really understand what you are doing. And it's always, everyone's on a different rhythm. So your timing might not be my timing, and my timing might not be your timing. So understand that the right thing will happen at the right time. Don't pressure yourself that you must have your life sorted at 18, because there's not a lot of people that have it right at 18. Your time might be at 24 or at 30 or at 50, and that's fine. Just enjoy life, have a passion for life, and enjoy working with people and learning from people. I think I always give people the thing, I want to be like a sponge. I want to learn from people, and I want to get more information, because that's how you grow. You have to grow and put yourself out of your comfort zone. That's the important thing. Don't put yourself in a box. Do things that's out of your comfort zone. And that's so important to grow in life.
So you mentioned if you don't enjoy something, or there's a weakness somewhere, you got to do more of it to get better. My first year at varsity, I failed stats so bad. Statistics, like they get you. Stats
that is also not my best.
It's tough. So first year I failed, and it was because I didn't understand it. So by the end of the year, because I hadn't got the basics right, by the end of the year I got nothing right. Like it wasn't working at all. And in second year I had to redo first year stats, and I think I applied my mind. And I gave it that extra energy, and I gave it my all. And in my second year, when I was doing first year stats, I got a distinction. And it's just the difference in actually putting yourself out there and doing the work. You mentioned something else, which I didn't know, and now you're doing your PhD.
Yes, I'm second year currently for PhD as well.
While you're working, running a company both locally and abroad, 24 years old, and you're busy with your PhD. Yeah. How long does a PhD take?
So normally it's about 3 years. So I did my first year last year, the seminar, which allows you to get into PhD. So you do your first 3 chapters. And now I'm busy collecting data on the PhD in Agile and DevOps and AI. So I'm busy.
So it's in the passion, and it's in what you love.
Definitely. So hopefully next year, December, I will graduate. I think you have to take your time, because it's a big study. Yeah. And I want to make it worthwhile. I want to get about 10 publications out of it. So it's a lot of academic publications that you have to get, because I'm doing published-based PhD. So it's a lot of effort that you have to put in. But I love it, because I use studies to improve my self in my industry, and I use my industry to improve my study. So it's a good combination to have best of both worlds.
Mikhail, I'm just blown away. Would you ever go into lecturing, or like any sort of, because you've done the I don't want to say side job, but while you were studying, you were in that space, and you've got so much to teach other students. Would that be something that you would look in the future?
So currently I'm a guest lecturer at UP. So I go and lecture students.
Just doesn't stop. It's incredible.
For third years, I guest lecture them. So I've got a lecture on the 23rd of February, I think, where I'm going to go and teach them about gathering requirements and understanding client engagement. So I love to give back to University of Pretoria. We've got 3 groups that we also help there. So every year there's a 370 project where they have to do something for industry. And we took 15 people on 3 groups where we gave them projects to do, and we help mentor them. So I'm definitely very involved with UP still. I'll continue with that. I'll hopefully be on the advisory board soon for our department and go into that as well. So I'll definitely want to stay involved at the university and also guest lecture. Definitely. I love that.
So I love that I got to interview you now. I wish that I interviewed you 10 years ago so that I could have like a marker of this is where you were, this is where you are now. But I can see that your future is incredibly bright.
Thank you so much.
And I feel that in a decade from now, or even less, because you don't take time when you do things, even less, we're gonna be seeing you all over the place. You are already a thought leader in the space that you're in, and that's only going to grow. And I'm excited to follow that journey. If people, I don't know, want to connect with you on LinkedIn or social media, or follow your journey, or come to your guest lectures, where do they find you?
Mikhail Edwards on LinkedIn, Mikhail Edwards on Instagram. I've got Facebook. So yeah, any of those, they can. Serious Bridge is our company name. So if they want to speak to us, that'll be great. Even if I can just give them some advice, or we can have a conversation. And also, Brent, congrats on all the good things you are doing. I think you are allowing so many South Africans to get their story out there. And I appreciate for writing my story. So I really appreciate it.
It's so for me, I'm incredibly honored that you said that. But that's not why I do what we do at Good Things Guy. It is because of people like you. Ultimately, your story will inspire other South Africans. And I know that it's tough out there. I know there's a lot of young South Africans or even adults that are still trying to find their way. To see someone that has not only found their way, but they are forging a new path is just so incredibly motivational and inspiring. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so lekker chatting to you.
Thank you for that I could be here, Brent. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully I can be back.
Yes, I'm bringing you back. I'm bringing you back.
Thank you, Brent.
What a great story. I feel inspired. I feel like I need to go back to study. I don't know if I can. Taylor, my assistant's going, no more. You can't keep saying things on air because you actually have to do them. But what I want to say to you is to please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you are inspired by these conversations, share them with your friends. And I'm not even talking about sharing the video. Sit around a dinner table and speak about these stories that you get to find and sort of see on the Good Things Guy platform. I want to thank you for tuning in. And like I say every week, okay, love you, bye.